My friends, do you remember Disney's not at all secret gay agenda? The internal videos leaked by Christopher Rufo from Disney's Reimagine Tomorrow campaign, where Disney producers and executives celebrated inserting queerness into every possible program and movie, including Disney programming for kids. Rufo uncovered Disney's deliberate attempt to change society by ushering kids into the LGBTQIA lifestyle when documents and internal videos were leaked to him, and parents were shocked and scandalized when they realized that content they did not politically agree with, or content they agreed with but were not prepared to discuss with their children at that time, was streaming into their homes and into their kids' heads without their knowledge or consent. Out of all the mistakes that Disney has made, and Disney has made some horrific mistakes over the past decade, this frenzied obsession with injecting LGBTQIA MOUSE propaganda into kids' programming with the goal of indoctrinating them into the gay mindset was the most destructive, damaging Disney's family-friendly brand more than any other misstep possibly in their history. Well, my friends, in what can only be interpreted as Disney pulling back from that not-at-all secret gay agenda, Chief Diversity Officer LaTondra Newton, the chief architect of that LGBTQIA+ propaganda, has abruptly departed from Disney. You heard it right, my friends. Huge changes are happening at the Walt Disney Company these days as desperation over lost profits, diving stock value, and damage to the company's brand drives these formerly smug executives to re-examine every aspect of their failing business. Now, the press release is saying that LaTondra Newton has stepped down, implying that it may be voluntary, but we know how these things often work at corporations like Disney. Iger tells her, well, you can step down voluntarily or we can fire you, but either way you're out. I'm not sure if this is what happened in this case, but let's face it, no one voluntarily steps away from a sweetheart position like this at one of the biggest companies in the world, absent some kind of dire medical or family situation, or unless they are invited to depart. That said, executives are dropping like flies on a daily basis at Disney. CFO Christine McCarthy has bailed at a time of great financial distress at Disney, and now LaTondra Newton has been fired at a time of great cultural distress at Disney, and this is a massive win for us in the war on woke. Any way you cut it, it's a win. It appears that sometimes, even at a company as woke as Disney, even Iger and the board can reach what I call the Popeye point. So how bad was LaTondra Newton for Disney? How badly did she damage the company? As boundingintocomics.com puts it, quote, having joined the company in 2017, Newton's most recognizable contribution to Disney's DEI efforts may be her development and promotion of their now infamous Reimagine Tomorrow campaign. First leaked to the public attention by an anonymous company insider to independent journalist Christopher Rufo in 2021, the still ongoing campaign seeks to educate Disney employees on such critical theory-drenched topics as systemic racism, white privilege, white fragility, white saviors, microaggressions, and anti-racism. In one module, Disney declares that not only must potential racial allies, specifically white individuals, embrace discomfort and humility, but they must challenge colorblind ideologies and rhetoric as all lives matter or I don't see color. The module further asserts that non-black employees must not question or debate black colleagues' lived experience, unquote.
In other words, you will adhere to the orthodoxy of the party, which means that white people are excluded from the conversation, except insofar as they must beat their breasts in shame, rend their garments, confess to being racists, and bend the knee before their new woke overlords. Yes, what a wonderful profit engine Disney has become, because that internal tyranny is bound to be reflected in the programming content itself.
Correct, O Skull of Calderon. Another module, What Can I Do About Racism? Asks employees to reject equality or the goal of equal treatment and access to opportunities in favor of equity or the equality of the outcome. In other words, fuck talent or merit. Black people should be rewarded solely on the basis of their skin color. We've seen this sort of thing before, my friends. Remember, each according to his need. That was equality of outcome under communist dictators, and that philosophy always results in mediocrity and a crushing of the human spirit. When merit and ability don't matter, excellence becomes rare or extinct, and you get an outcome dragged down to the lowest common denominator. Don't believe me? I let them speak for themselves. This quote from Latondra's Reimagined Tomorrow training materials sums it up nicely. Equality is a noble goal. Equal treatment and access to opportunities help each of us perform our best within a shared set of parameters. But we really need to be striving for equity, where we focus on the equality of the outcome, not the equality of the experience by taking individual needs and skills into account. Ha 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 ha. Yes, my friends. Latondra Newton wanted to take individual needs and skills out of the conversation because excellence and merit are hostile to the woke message. Well, Latondra Newton is out of Disney for whatever reason, my friends. It seems Disney is desperate enough to make some huge sweeping changes these days. I guess a stock dipping down into the $80 a share range is quite a shock to the system, but how much lower will Disney sink? Stay tuned, my friends.
Okay, that was a content creator here on the platform that well, you heard the story. All right. I want to say that, as the Geek Underground, I do have a dog in this fight and whatnot. All right. You know what that dog is? I don't want to have someone put a metaphorical pillow over my face and smother me and shit. Okay? I don't want to have that happen. Okay? So I want to tell, like I've made videos before about this nonsense. All right? White people are doing that shit to white people. Okay? No black people are doing anything to white people. Okay? The black faces that you see are metaphorical shields that they hide behind to flick shit at each other, okay? I don't know any black owned studios or corporations and shit that are pushing what they call woke, alright? But it seems like they're in such a hurry to be a goddamn victim of something and shit. They just ain't looking at it very plainly and shit, okay? These people have lost what I call the riddle of steel. They don't understand the first rule of entertainment and shit. They don't understand that shit anymore. They're just making product and shit. That's a certain subset of people that are considered white. There are no white people that are being fucked with like that, okay? And I'm so tired of this white victimhood shit, okay? Regular black people don't give a fuck, okay? We're trying to get along in our lives and do what the fuck we want to do and shit. We would like some autonomy and shit, okay? And if it upsets you that we want reparations, then it upsets you because we do want reparations. That shit is old, okay? I get paid everybody else, and we want our check too, okay? And that you do all these fucked up policies, both sides of the house, both parties, and some independents, do things to muddy the waters so that we can't get what's ours and shit, okay? We built your fucking country, okay? And you guys don't want to acknowledge that. You talk about critical race theory, but it's simply translated, without bullshit. Critical race theory is your fucking history and shit, okay? There's no black people pointing at white people saying, you're a bad person. You're a bad person. If you see someone doing that, they're a shield. They're an operative, an agent, quotation marks. I'm doing the whole hand quotes thing and shit behind my avatar. And I'm just tired of listening to this bullshit. Chris Rudolfo is a fucking racist. He works for a racist think tank that puts out a shitload of propaganda. So if you believe all this bullshit, you believe everything you see on Fox fucking News, okay? The propaganda channel. All right, I'm just tired. I want to tell some of you white nerds out there, just for the record, we had nothing to do with it, okay? All right? We reserve the right to teach our history in our homes or abroad and shit, and we would like you guys to leave us the fuck alone and shit. Stop, coming over here, sticking us, fucking with the hornet's nest, okay? The shit you're upset about is white people doing that to you in certain communities. All right, alternative or not, they're the ones doing that to you. Okay, can you get it through your thick fucking skull? I don't think you can. We know that you guys can't. Okay, it's been hundreds of years and shit. And let's talk about fucking racism and shit. In very simple black and white terms and shit. Pun intended and shit. It's sad that we live in 2023 and some people still dislike you or have preconceived racial myths that were taught to them through generations based on a color and shit, like a color in a crayon box. All right? I don't care about how you feel about yourself and shit on the world stage and shit, whether you feel like the top of the food chain or you feel victimized all of a sudden because some other white people decided to cast black women, you know, and trans people and shit as your favorite characters. All right? Has nothing to do with us. They don't want to make money. I want to see good shit. I grew up reading comics and watching TV. I was a latchkey kid, goddammit. I read comic books that were drawn by John Byrne and Jack Kirby, Ernie Chan and shit. I could go down the list. I read Warren comics. I know what's good shit. I grew up. I'm a Generation Xer and shit. I got to see this original Star Wars trilogy without the bullshit added on it. I got to see the Superman with Christopher Reeve at the movies. And I got to see that 1970s King Kong where he fell off the motherfucking World Trade Center and shit. I got to enjoy this shit. The kids nowadays don't know nothing. They grew up with all this bullshit. There's no magic anymore. But the magic of bullshit, of propaganda and shit, is what you're talking about and shit. I understand everything. I don't refute it, but you don't blame black people and shit. I don't care about the woman that got fired from fucking Disney. I don't care about that black woman. Okay? I don't care about her and shit. She didn't know what the fuck she was doing and shit. If she, with that campaign, having that footage out there. If a woman, when the woman said that she was inserting LGBTQ plus materials into all of the programming and shit, whether she was doing it or not, she should have been terminated for that leak. Okay, she should have been terminated. And they should have put out a prepared statement, but they did nothing. They let Chris Rudolfo supposedly, get it. Okay? Someone just handed that shit to him. Okay? Black people have nothing to do with that, okay? And we're tired of you guys using woke as a shield term to, it's kind of like an epithet and shit directed at our community. We don't own nothing. We don't run shit. We're at the bottom of the economic food chain in this country, and we don't care what your opinion is about it, okay? We're going to tell you we want reparations. We want a fucking crime bill and shit. And that's where we'll start with there, okay? We know we're not going to get it and shit, okay? Right? But as far as your Marvel movies and all your toys and the woke shit and everything, that's white people messing with white people. Do you understand? This is black people talking to you. Regular black people. Okay, not weird black people. Regular black people are telling you we don't run shit. That's white people doing it to white people. So you have a problem with your own people. And maybe you guys can put your peaked heads together and figure that out. Okay? I'd love to see some good entertainment and shit, but well, it looks like we're not gonna get that shit. Okay, all right. Now, I'm the geek underground and shit, and you could take that to heart. You know, you take it to heart. It's the gospel and shit. We don't run nothing. We don't own shit. Okay. I hold my fucking people and the people in the entertainment industry within our ethnic community to a higher standard and shit, which they fail to reach. All right, I'm just tired of it. I don't want to go any further and shit, but I'm fucking tired of it and shit. All right, your beloved Star Wars, you know that Lucasfilm is run by a white woman who habitually just does shit, you know, does the craziest things and shit. And you guys need to deal with that. That's a white person. That's not a black person doing that, okay? She even cast that black woman in that Obi-Wan Kenobi show as a human shield for her own identity politics and shit. Alright? And that actress, or that actor, or whatever the fuck she self-identifies as, knew that beforehand and shit. And she just played into the bullshit. Alright? Black people are used as human shields and pawns by white people with a certain belief fucking with other white people of a certain belief. Okay? Do you understand that? Now, that being said, I'm out.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.